Paradise is living up to the billing today. The Valley on ESPN welcomes you to a picture-perfect day in Terre Haute, Indiana, as the #2 South Dakota State Jackrabbits, off an improvement week last week, take on the Indiana State Sycamores, trying to build off of a last-second win at Eastern Kentucky. Alongside a man who is an all-conference linebacker here in the Valley, and he wishes he could put on those pads again today and continue to tackle Cottrell Moss. I am Luke Martin. Cottrell, Valley season begins today. As a player, what different emotions come to you when you know it's Valley season now?
Valley on ESPN welcomes you to Memorial Stadium in Terre Haute. It's homecoming for the first time since 2019 as the Youngstown State Penguins trying to win on the road for the first time in a true road game since 2017, while the Indiana State Sycamores try to cap off a homecoming week with its 5th win over the Youngstown State Penguins in the last 7 tries. The Valley on ESPN welcomes you to Terre Haute, where today Indiana State eyeing that first win in the Missouri Valley Football Conference portion of the schedule will try to do it by picking up its first time ever defeating Western Illinois 3 straight times in this series, while the Leathernecks, they've been tradition of tough this year. They're battling all year long despite coming in with a record of 1-4. Alongside the former all-conference linebacker Cottrell Moss, I am Luke Martin. Cottrell, both of these teams in the preseason poll were picked respectively 10th and 11th in the bottom 2 spots in the league. But when you get to this point in this game, that poll doesn't matter at all, does it? But still, Indiana State with a first down and 10 near the midfield stripe at their own 48-yard line. And Curligrand, it's not like it's been a lot of open holes today. He's had to bounce off Youngstown State defenders multiple times, and that was a great example, getting a short gain by having to go off about 3 Penguins.
That's an excellent point. He did ping around off 3 Penguins there and managed to get a 4 to 5 yard gain. That's tough.
Farrell, the tight end, motions to Zach Larkin, those 2 blocking tight ends on the right side. Thompson will try to throw and look for Larkin, and gets batted up into the air and will fall incomplete. He tried to force it into yet another tight window to his tight end.
That's a great point there again, Luke. He's trying to force that. When he forced that end zone, Grant Dixon took it away. He didn't have to do that.
See the pressure. Youngstown State today hasn't been able to sack Anthony Thompson either, but they only had 9 sacks on the year. Again, Anoke Mawala has 8 that he's been a part of, almost as many as the Youngstown State defense as a whole.
Jeez.
Which that really speaks more volumes of the year that Anoke Mawala is having.
And it's not even over.
Nope, not even over yet. It's Matt Sorgan to carry on 3rd down and 6. Only got about 2 yards. It'll be 4th down and roughly 4, and Indiana State will punt the football here with just under 4.5 left.
And if you want to go from an average run game as an offense to a great run game, I call it roadside assistance, where the O-line pushes the pile of the running back. Help him out. That's roadside assistance. And that's what I would like to see by the Sycamores.
Low snap by Harwood, but Reiner able to deliver it away. Smith will let it drop, and it's going to take a Youngstown State bounce at the 6-yard line and get back up near the 8, and that's where it will be downed officially here for Youngstown State. Again, we'll come back out offensively, trying to find some sort of offensive rhythm, which they haven't been able to do without their starting quarterback, Dimitri Crenshaw, who left back in the first quarter.
And I expect a shot here by the Penguins. I haven't seen too many shots from either team. And it's 3 minutes left. I'm expecting a shot. Joe's not a run-pass option guy. Okay, so expect a shot here. On this possession, whether it's 1st, 2nd, or 3rd down, expect a shot.
Craycraft has thrown 7 passes. Only 2 of them have been completed so far for 9 yards. Only 12 yards passing today for Youngstown State. But again, this is an offense that's primarily going to run the ball. Late penalty flag thrown after it appeared Indiana State jumped off sides and was really surprised it took that long to throw the penalty flag.
He probably just couldn't find it in his pocket.
It's been a relatively clean game in terms of penalties. This will be the 3rd penalty of the game, 1 for each team.
You're right, and that's been a friction of...
Defense, number 39.
defensive outside. Yeah, that's been a point of some friction for the Sycamores to shoot themselves in the foot with penalties.
You can see Indiana State in recent weeks, normally under head coach Curt Mallory, a clean bill of penalties. But already this year, look at the 2 games prior to the Missouri State game, 22 penalties for 171 yards. This is McLaughlin and Anoke Moala with some help with Jeffrey Brown.
Who
Gets
else?
a tackle for loss.
Who else? Anoke. And you know what's great here is the Sycamores made him once again go lateral. Now, I don't know if the play was designed to go lateral, but when you got a good back, you want him to get vertical. I guess it was. They were trying to target the perimeter, but that's not what you want to do when you have a great running back.
Coach Mallory said earlier this week, you don't get very many opportunities to coach great ones. And Anoke Moala is in that category. A great football player who's having a really good year. McLaughlin trying to find the outside edge as he goes down right at that far sideline, just nowhere to go. And you can really, I sort of sense in body language just some frustration right now for McLaughlin and the Youngstown State offense.
You're right. You're right. And the Sycamores are tackling well.
3rd down and long, 3rd down and 13 in the shadow of your own goalposts. From a Youngstown State perspective, biggest thing here, Cottrell, you don't want to do is turn the football over and give Indiana State a short field.
Great call. And once again, you have to if I'm Joe, where's Anoke? It's 3rd down. My heels are in the end zone right now. I cannot take this sack or safety here. Where's Anoke? Got to keep my eyes on here. If I'm the Sycamore, expect. Oh, got another.
It's going to be a timeout by Coach Phillips. Indiana State, when they lead at halftime, 13-0, haven't lost under head coach Curt Mallory. On the flip side of that, you see 2-26 when tied or trailing at halftime. One of those 2 wins coming this year when tied or trailing to Eastern Kentucky. Here we go, 3rd down and 13 as Craycraft will stick it right in the gut of McLaughlin. He's got room, breaks a tackle, 1st down and more, and finally brought down by Anoke Moala at the 25, but not before an All-American at running back. Jaleel McLaughlin keeps the drive alive.
And once again, that's what I was expecting, a run by the Youngstown to gain some yards. Great line. He makes a shortcut, gets vertical, makes another shifty cut, gets a vertical, and Anoke tracks him down. But great way for McLaughlin to get vertical.
Now under 2 minutes to go till halftime. Again, Youngstown State will get the ball to start the second half as well. Looking for his wide receiver, Bryce Oliver, transfer from Kentucky, overthrew him. And Demetric Crenshaw isn't necessarily the most prolific passer either, but he has that ability to run as well, which makes those challenges of exactly what you defend when Crenshaw's in the game. And he hasn't been here for the majority of the first half.
Great point there. Yeah, as a Sycamore, if Crenshaw's in, I'm thinking, hey, this is run pass option. He can keep it and run it. I don't see too much of that being from Joe. Expect another shot here. We got 1:45 left.
Christian Turner in at tailback. He gets the carry. And Caleb Brewer brings him down for the tackle and some late shoving on the far side between C.J. Charleston and Jonathan Edwards. Freshman DB for Indiana State going up against a sophomore wide receiver for Youngstown State. And Youngstown State still has 2 timeouts, 1:20. Really, they'd be content with, I don't want to say no points, but they don't want to give Indiana State any time or much time at all. That's why the McLaughlin run was huge, because it ate up another minute of the clock.
Yep. I wish they would run tempo, though, as Penguin. They just took off about 25 seconds of just trying to get one play in.
Turner needed only a handful of yards. He needed 3. He ended up getting 5. So first down will stop the clock with 56 seconds left. Again, Youngstown State does have a really strong field goal kicker in Colt McFadden. But again, now the clock starting to work against Youngstown with 45 seconds left. Still 2 timeouts for Youngstown. Craycraft wants to take a shot. He will. Middle of the field, and it's caught into Indiana State territory. That catch is made by Porter Real. Transfer wide out for Youngstown State. And Porter Real with his 2nd reception of the game. Still 2 timeouts for Youngstown State in time. Craycraft to throw again. heaves it near sideline. He overshot his man, and Caleb Newman nearly with his third interception in as many weeks.
He could not pull that one in. Get him
That's
on the
two
jugs.
now today. That Craycraft threw one to Henderson, and he was just out of bounds. This one, Newman just couldn't complete it.
And that originated from the Sycamores bringing some pressure. And that's Brad Wilson's call there. Hey, if he sees a quarterback in a flow, he's going to bring pressure.
Indiana State has led the whole way in this game. Youngstown State trying to get some points here before halftime. It will get the ball to start the second half. Taking a shot down the sideline. It's Oliver. Makes the grab and makes a man miss. And inside the 20 and gets inside the 15. And still time to work with here for Youngstown State and 2 timeouts.
That's an elite throw there by Joe. He threw a back shoulder play. That's hard to defend as a defender, but great throw by Joe. Check this out. He's going through his progression. Looks left, throws back shoulder. Boom. It's hard for a defender to get his head around and know where that ball is going to be placed.
They are easily in Colt McFadden's range of a field goal try. And 2 timeouts left for Youngstown State. Trying to find Pater after they had it 3rd down and 11 at their own 2-yard line on this drive. Craycraft back in the end zone for Ogletree and just overshot the leading receiver for Youngstown State at 6'7".
And if I'm a coach on Penguin side, I'm saying, hey, try not to force it. There's 12 seconds left. We want a field goal. We want to get some points here. Try not to force it. That's the emphasis here.
Really threw it where only Ogletree could catch it. At the back of that end zone. So
And that-
go ahead, Control.
Nope, that was a great call right there. That was a great point. To throw it where only his receiver can get it. That's once again restricting that point of emphasis of not forcing things.
4 receivers set here for Youngstown State. Craycraft going to the far end zone, looking for his man Oliver again, and it's incomplete. Jonathan Edwards defending that time. That was a physical exchange there between Edwards and Oliver.
Great call. The physical there, that's a great point. And if he didn't get his head around, if the Sycamore defender did not get his head around, I think this might have been a PI. He got his head around, though. Boom. Great defense.
Timeout by Coach Phillips here with 7 seconds left. And a look around the valley. Here we go. 3rd down and 10 for Youngstown State as Craycraft has Turner in the backfield with them.
Look for the one-on-one matchup over there to the left. 81 or 0 Oliver.
They're going for Oliver in the corner of the end zone. And he hauled it in, and it's a touchdown for Youngstown State. What a response and what a change of momentum in the game.
And I knew that. That was expected. It was either going to 81 Ogletree or 0 Oliver. One-on-one matchup saying, hey, you go get it. My man's better than you. And he does here. Throw it. 1-2, throws it. Jump ball here. Our guy's better than you. That's that statement.
Bryce Oliver with his 2nd touchdown of the season. And now the PAT ties it up at 14. And that was a drive, Cottrell, where it was 3rd and 13 at their own 5-yard line.